Hi everyone, and welcome back to hotshot.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about some strategies you can use while playing Zeratul that can increase your overall gameplay and help you carry games in Hero League. Popular opinion about Heroes of the Storm says that individual gameplay doesn't really matter that much, and it's all about the team. While that is quite true, there are some exceptions. Zeratul is one of those exceptions, and if you haven't been playing him, you probably should. His kit is absolutely amazing, and his ability to provide global map pressure by being invisible is invaluable. Zeratul can fit into almost any team composition and has a wide variety of playstyles with his talent options. So, let's get started. For your level 1 talent, choose Regeneration Master. There are other viable options for level 1, but for the strategy I'm going to go over today, Regeneration Master is the focal point of your early game strategy. Before the game even starts, you need to highlight your success criteria for your early game. As an example, I'm up against a Sylvanas, Raynor, Kharazim, Kael'thas, and Muradin. My obvious targets are going to be Sylvanas, Kharazim, and Kael'thas with a little bit less emphasis on Raynor because of his adrenaline rush. Basically, as long as I'm making those heroes' lives a living hell or taking them away entirely, I'm completing my early game strategy. Choosing Regeneration Master also reinforces the idea that you should be spending a lot of time around lanes, pressuring out your opponents and collecting globes. It also gives you an incredible amount of sustain throughout the course of the game, and it gives you teamfight longevity during the late game. As you can see throughout this clip, I'm simply walking up to targets using my basic attack, cleave, basic attack, singularity spike, basic attack, and then blink combo. Sometimes you'll be playing against heroes such as Kael'thas or Muradin who have a stun that they can use on you. You'll always need to be aware of CC effects that your opponents have, because if they land a single one on you during your damage combo, you're susceptible to follow-up damage and potentially death. The best Zeratul players are able to read their opponent's reaction times and blink out of harm's way before their enemy has a chance to react. It's very important that you group with your teammates during objective phases, because you're an incredibly important part of your team's damage rotation and their teamfighting capabilities. Here, I see a fight starting to break out in the mines, so I'm looking for the easiest target for me to deal damage to. I really wanted to kill Sylvanas, but the moment I see Kharazim get locked up by Thrall's Feral Spirit, I use my damage combo and burst him out. After that, I know that Sylvanas' Haunting Wave is down, so I'm going to be prioritizing body blocking so that my teammates can clean up the kills. This clip is an excellent example of poor judgment when it comes to opponent reaction times with CC abilities. Almost all game I've been chunking out Kael'thas with my damage combo, which has taught their team to pay closer attention to their squishy targets. I get hit by Stormbolt almost instantly, which then follows up with some tremendous damage, which kills me in seconds. Attacking when your opponents don't have their cooldowns available or when you know their focus is elsewhere is a great strategy to use, and it can help you avoid situations like this in your own games. Another teamfight is breaking out in the mines, and we both have the same talents. Because I now have Wormhole, my fighting changes quite significantly. I can blink onto the backline, deal damage, and get back to safety in an instant. I disengage after dealing some damage, then mount up, stealth, and wait for the right opportunity to show itself. Once I see Sylvanas drop to 20% health, I blink in, delete her, then blink back to safety. At this point it's a 3v5, so we just steamroll the rest of the enemy team. Void Prison is arguably the strongest part of Zeratul's kit. It allows you to set up massive AoE damage follow-up, lock people out of fights completely, or separate enemies from a fight as a zoning tool. Your use of Void Prison should be dynamic, changing depending on the enemy team's composition. With my team in this game, we have a lot of single target burst damage because of Thrall, so it's smarter to separate my opponents with Void and try to burst out a lone target. With a perfectly placed Sundering, I'm able to void off 4 opponents and destroy Kael'thas in an instant. Void Prison can also be used as a tool to capture objectives or to escape from otherwise dire situations. My team is playing on the back foot, and we're making some desperate decisions. With the boss dropping low and the enemy team showing up, I Void Prison their team and capture the boss, escaping to safety with nothing but a cooldown dropped. Zeratul is a very strong hero, and if played properly, can completely devastate teamfights and dominate objective control. If you have any questions about the talent choices I've made in this video, you can find my guide for Zeratul in the description below. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to my channel, as I'll be constantly releasing content with the goal of helping you reach rank 1.